Nelson here with Mat Pilates at 2 p.m. We're going to do some back work and some oblique work today, along with a little bit of the basic Pilates flow. So we'll start with a little bit of chest opening and a little bit of neck stretching to get everything moving, a little bit of thoracic rotation to get everything going and get really nice and deep in those internal and external obliques, as well as some upper and mid back movement and extension and strengthening today. So we're going to start sitting. Come into a comfortable position. You can be sitting on your feet. You can have your toes tucked under if you prefer to give a nice stretch to the bottoms of your feet, or you can be down here on your heels. You could be sitting with your legs out in front of you, or you could be sitting crisscross, whatever feels most comfortable to you. You could even have a little pillow or a bolster or meditation pillow if you like to, just whatever helps you to sit nice and comfortably. What we're looking for here is for your hips to be stacked right below your shoulders so that your shoulders are not leaning back behind your hips. So I don't want you to be tilted back here. Tight hips can cause that when we're sitting really low down on the floor. So if you'd like, you can roll up your mat to create a little bolster for you if you don't have something like a pillow, a yoga block, or a meditation pillow or stool to sit on. So that way you can lift your tailbone up, tip the pelvis forwards a little bit, and that way the shoulders and the hips are going to be stacked really nicely on top of each other. Okay? So come into your nice tall sitting position. I'm going to face forwards here, and we're going to get going with our nice neck and shoulder stretch. We've done this a couple times before. This is great for long periods of time at the computer. If you're finding that your neck is getting really tense, maybe your upper back, your shoulders, we're just going to first start by letting those arms drop down by your sides. I'm going to get onto my knees so that I have some space to let the arms drop. And we're going to tilt the head over towards that right shoulder. I'm going to do mirror image of you guys so you can follow along the mirror image here. I'm going to call out the opposite of what I'm doing, so just follow me by mirror. And then we're going to float your left arm out to the side, stretching that arm super, super long. And we're going to spread the fingers really wide too. So a nice straight elbow, a nice wide palm, and the palm is going to start facing forwards. And the arm is a little bit forwards and a little bit higher out to the side. And then we're going to slowly and gently rotate that arm all the way from the shoulder joint so that the palm faces back behind you. So it's not just the palm that's turning, it's the whole arm, the whole shoulder joint. We're still tilting our head towards the opposite shoulder and just feeling a nice stretch along the neck and maybe in the shoulder joint. Take an inhale here. Exhale, keep that shoulder dropping down really nice and long through the neck, through the arm and the fingertips, and we'll rotate the arm so that the palm faces forwards, or maybe even palm facing upwards. Just take it as far as you can with your own range of motion here. Another deep breath in. Exhale, rotating that palm to face back again. Keep reaching really long through that arm and shoulder. Another inhale. Exhale, rotating that palm to face forwards again. Maybe even facing it all the way upwards. Take an inhale. And exhale, just let that arm float all the way down by your side. We'll keep that palm facing forwards. Keep the shoulder melting down your side. Exhale, we'll tuck our chin to the center of the chest and around towards the left shoulder, or the opposite from which way you've done before. And we'll float that opposite, that right arm forward slightly, out to the side slightly, spreading those fingers wide, reaching that arm and shoulder long. We'll take a deep breath in here. As we exhale, starting to rotate the whole arm, palm facing back. Pause here, take a deep breath in, feeling that nice stretch through the neck, the shoulders settling down, the fingertips nice and spread. Exhale, rotating that palm forwards or even upward facing. Deep breath in. Exhale, rotating that palm down and back again. Pausing here, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, rotating that palm to face forward one more time, or again, maybe even upward a little bit. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, floating that arm all the way down by your side. So both palms are now facing forwards. We're just going to tuck our chin towards our chest. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, just gazing straight forwards. Good. Inhale, tuck that chin toward the chest. Exhale, gazing straight forwards. And one more time, keep the shoulders down, those fingertips reaching for the floor. Just a gentle tucking of the chin down toward the chest. Inhale. And exhale, gazing straight forwards. Great. And then we're going to swing our legs around, sitting onto the tush, scooting forwards toward the front of the mat. I'm going to go this way today. And then we're going to take feet and knees all the way together to start. And then we're going to take our nice hips distance of those legs and feet right now. So to do that, we're going to separate the toes and the knees to a little V shape, just as far as your legs can go naturally without forcing them. And then we'll let those heels lift up, shift out right behind where the toes are. And you'll notice that your pinky toes, the outside edge of the thighs, are a little bit wider, maybe the same width as your hips. From here, let's grab onto the back of the thighs, take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, scoop the belly towards the spine and start to curl the tail back, rolling halfway down. As we feel the sacrum flatten into the floor, we'll lift the toes up. Take an inhale here. Exhale, roll it back up. Inhale as we lengthen up through the crown, nice and tall. And exhale, scoop and roll back. Only halfway, just until that sacrum area, the lower back flattens. Take your inhale and exhale, stacking it back up. Inhale, stacking tall, as if there's a little string attached to the crown of the head pulling you up. As we exhale, scooping the belly, rolling down halfway. Inhale, holding. Exhale, stacking back up. And this time we'll take it all the way down. We'll start the same way. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the belly, tucking the tail under. Stopping for your inhale when you find that flat sacrum. And then let go of the thighs, reaching the arms nice and long. Exhale, rolling the rest of the way down. Let the arms shift up. Feel the upper back flatten into the mat. Feel your shoulders flatten down and stay down on the floor. And we'll take those arms all the way up by the ears. Keep those abs pulling tight. Tap the thumbs on the floor and then bring them all the way back down. Palms on your thighs. We're going to scoot those feet in so that we can place footprints flat on the floor. And then we're just going to warm up those shoulder stabilizers a little bit. So with your palms on your thighs, we're going to walk our shoulder blades under our back and let the weight of our upper body flatten those shoulder blades into the floor. So we don't want to be squeezing our shoulder blades. We want to let those shoulder blades be nice and wide across our back. And let the back of our shoulders just melt back into the floor. So we're nice and flat. We feel a lot of our upper back into the mat. And then we're going to make a fist, stick those thumbs out towards ourselves. And we're going to straighten our arms out. Keep those shoulder blades nice and flat on the floor. Use your upper abs to keep those shoulder blades and shoulders going down your back. Both arms are going to move here. And we're going all the way back. Now move very slowly And if you find a point where your shoulders start to lift or your ribs start to lift, you're going to stop and you're going to come right back over. Pinkies towards your thighs. Readjust. Tuck those shoulders and shoulder blades underneath. We're going to do that 4 more times. Move it slow. Keep those abs engaged. Keep those shoulders nice and wide underneath you. And if you want a little bit more range of motion here, if that feels easy, make flat hands, and you're going to try to go back of the hand all the way down onto the mat. But keep it slow. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. It's cheating if you let those shoulders lift up towards the ears. It's cheating if you bend your arms. It's cheating if you flare your ribs up or arch the back. We want really, really flat underneath here in the shoulder joints and under the rib cage. This can be very tough. Let's try this 2 more times, choosing your hand position, straightening out the arms as you flatten those shoulders down, lifting up and over, upper abs really, really tight, opening up those shoulder joints, because these guys can get super, super tight when we're rounded and hunched over that keyboard all day long. 1 more time here. I'll do this first one again, because the thumbs just help you get closer to the floor a little bit if you don't have that full range. And that's okay. You don't want to cheat it. You just start where you are, warming up those shoulders. And then float those arms all the way down towards the floor, placing the palms on the floor. And again, letting those shoulders and shoulder blades be nice and flat into the mat. And then let's scoot those feet just a little closer to the body. We'll warm up the lower spine here, getting moving. Pelvic tilt. Inhale, rocking forward. Exhale, rocking back to flat. Scooping, deepening the abs here. Inhale, tilting forwards, creating that arch. Exhale, scoop and rock back. Now, if the lower back is really, really angry at you, or you have an injury in that lower back, don't over-exaggerate the forward tilt. Make it a little bit smaller and focus more on your posterior tilt, your flattening of that lower back area, and maybe not over-exaggerating that arching so that we don't compress that lower vertebra as much. Inhale here, tilting forwards, or maybe just coming to that neutral, natural position. And then exhaling to activate the abdominals and scoop in. And now I want you to squeeze your glutes a little bit and feel your tailbone lift up. And then inhale and drop the tail back down. Exhale, scoop your belly, squeeze your glutes and lift. Inhale and drop back down. So we're not fully doing a bridge, but just over-exaggerating that pelvic tilt, getting the glutes squeezing, lifting. You might feel a stretch come in to those quads. And then after these last 2, we're going to go into our full bridge. But I really want you to focus on deepening your belly as you squeeze the glutes, feeling really tight all around that core area, while keeping the chest open and the shoulders anchored into the floor. Because some of those areas might try to compensate for one another. Okay. Now we're going to continue adding on to this pelvic tilt. Deepen your belly toward your spine. Squeeze those glutes. Drive the heels into the floor, and we're going to peel the tail up. Continue to peel a little bit more of that spine up, but keeping most of the rib cage on the floor. Take a deep breath in here. And then drop the rib cage down. Drop the belly down. Drop that sacrum and tailbone down. Take your inhale. Exhale, rolling up again. Deep in the belly. Start to squeeze the glutes. Push into those feet. Curl it up. Inhaling at the top. Make sure the back of those shoulders are nice and flat on the mat. And exhaling to deepen through those upper abs first, and then the belly button, and then the lower abs, rolling and dropping the tail. We've got 3 more times here. Flatten the low back first, drawing the belly towards the spine. Push into those feet, scoop and squeeze those glutes, rolling up like a wave. So you're trying to feel this as smooth and sequential rolling of each vertebra. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze those glutes as you scoop the abs, rolling it up. Keep the ribs tucked in, not like in yoga. We want to keep those nice and tight. Keep them low. Exhale, rolling down. And 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, scooping the belly, rolling up. Inhale. And exhale, rolling it all the way down. Now we're going to find our neutral pelvis, so letting the tailbone drop down, allowing for that natural curve of the spine. So when we're here in neutral, pubic bone and hip bones are our landmarks, and those guys are all equal, creating a flat plane parallel to the floor here. So you'll notice you have a little bit of space in that sacrum lower back area. It's not pressing into the floor. We want to have a little bit of space there, a little forward tilt. From here, we're going to take the right leg up to tabletop. Flex the ankle. Take a deep breath in, reaching those arms up. And we're going to turn the palms to face forwards. Now we're going to pretend like we're kind of pressing into a little bit of resistance here. A little bit of tension in those underarm muscles. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lifting your head, your chest up as you press those arms further down, reaching forwards. Inhale, coming back down. Exhale to lift up. Reaching and pressing those palms through that water, feeling those upper abs deepen as you press those arms down. Inhale, coming back up. We'll go 1 more time here with that right leg in tabletop. And inhale, coming down. Pause here. Float that right foot down. Keep the pelvis in neutral as we lift the left leg up, flexing those toes and ankle. Take a deep breath in here. Same thing. Feel those shoulder blades and shoulders pressing down your sides. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pressing into the palms. Lift the head and chest up, up, up. Feeling that tightness deepen across those upper abs as we press down through the palms. Inhale, coming back. We'll go 2 more here. Exhaling to lift. And inhaling to lower. Keeping those shoulders down away from the ears. Exhaling to lift and lift and lift that head and chest. And finish by pressing those arms down, reaching the fingertips long. And inhale, coming back. Now, if your lower back's healthy and you'd like to challenge yourself, go ahead and bring that right leg up to tabletop as well. You can squeeze those legs together, get that pelvic floor lifting up. You can flatten your low back to create more support if you're feeling a little vulnerable there. If you want to challenge that position in neutral, tilt the pelvis forwards just a little bit and keep that neutral. We're going to do our hundreds here. Take a deep breath in. So again, you could still have your right foot down to support your lower back. And halfway through our hundreds, you can switch legs. And I will tell you when. If you want to do the full 100 with tabletop legs, both legs up. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting head and chest, pressing those arms down. And pump those arms. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now switch those legs. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you want challenge, both legs are up. Straighten them out. 2 more rounds here. One more round, in and out. Pause the arms. Drop both of those feet down. Come on down with the head. Bring those arms all the way up one more time. And then we're going to take them nice and wide out to T position with palms up. And then for a second, just relax the neck, shake it side to side. So we have a nice stretch going across the chest. The palms are facing upwards. We're going to come back up with the right leg. Now again, if that lower back needs the support, you can come up with the left leg only to the tiptoes. If you'd like to come into the full tabletop, bring those legs all the way together. We're going to come into flat lower back now, pulling the belly, flattening that sacrum, so not neutral. We're going to lift the right hip up and twist over towards the left side, just a couple inches, and then pulling that hip back into the center. So if you have your tiptoes down for your left side, it'll look like this. Lift and twist. You're not pushing into the feet, you're not squeezing the glutes. We are lifting and rotating from those lower obliques. So it's almost like you're lifting up through the leg and the knee, leading with that hip bone. The shoulders will always stay on the floor. Glue those thighs together if you've got both legs up. If you want more challenge, extend the legs straight up. Make that lever a little bit longer. We're going for 3 more times here, only turning towards that left side of the room. So we're only allowing the right hip to lift and pulling that right hip back down using that oblique. We have 1 more time here. And bringing it back to the center. Now we're going to come over towards the right side of the room. So the left oblique, the left hip area is going to lead by lifting off the floor, rotating, but not the shoulder, back to the center. Now again, if you need that extra support for the low back, the toes of the right leg are going to go down. Lifting still through that left hip, scooping the belly back to the center. We have 8 reps total here. This is 3. Choosing what variation feels good for you. This would be beginner. Next step would be to have both legs up in tabletop, maybe crossing the ankles for a little bit of added support. Again, both shoulders are cemented into your mat. Feet side by side will be a little bit more challenging. We've got 3 more here. If you'd like more challenge, both legs straight. Reaching up through that left hip, scooping back through the center. Last 2. And 1 more time. Scooping back to the center. And we'll float those feet down. Or just shake those knees out a little bit real quick. We'll take those hands behind the head. Now, you can interlace your fingers if you'd like. If the chest and the shoulders are feeling very tight, you might just place your fingertips behind your ears or just behind the occipital bones, so those bony parts at the back of your skull, just to give yourself a little bit more space for that support for your head, so that it doesn't feel like your neck is crunching up. You can allow your shoulders to settle down away from your ears. We're going to find our neutral pelvic position, so we're not smashing our low back into the mat. We're tilted forward just slightly. We're going to bring our right leg up to tabletop. Make sure that your right and left hips still feel anchored into the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift and rotate towards that right side. But don't let the left hip lift up. Keep that left side anchored. Now we're going to reach across and grab onto that right leg and pull the body up. Really scoop and deepen into that right side. Take that hand back to the head. Now hold it. Deep breath in. Lift it higher and lift it higher. Keep that twist. We're pulsing along the diagonal towards the right hip. We're trying to reach the shoulder of the left side towards the right hip, not the elbow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last two. And one. Inhale, center. Float the right foot down. Exhale, lowering the head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, floating that left leg to tabletop. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift and rotate towards that left side, but notice my right hip stays down. Inhale as I reach across and grab that left leg. Exhale, pulling it in. Bringing that right hand back to the head without losing my lift and twist. Now, 8 pulses along the diagonal. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. 6 more here. The shoulder towards the hip, not the elbow. The elbow stays wide. That right hip stays glued into the floor. And 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale, center. Exhale, floating the leg down, and relax it. Beautiful work here. We're going to bring those arms back out. They can come a little bit closer to your sides, or they can stay out at that nice stretched out T position. Now we're going to scoop the belly, flatten that low back, bringing the right leg up to tabletop, flexing the ankles. Bringing the left leg up to tabletop, flexing the ankle. We're going to keep the heels glued together and separate the toes and the knees. So the feet are in a V shape and the knees are apart, creating kind of a diamond shape. From here, we're going to extend the legs at an angle so that they straighten out all the way, and we zip the thighs together. Really squeeze them and hold them. Check out your feet, that you've got a V shape at your feet. And then we're going to bend back to that froggy. Scoop your belly towards the floor as we extend the legs. And then inhale and bend. Exhale and extend. Inhale. Think about lifting up through the pelvic floor as you reach those legs out. And as you reach the legs out, they're sliding together, but you rotate your knees outwards. Like a ballerina has a beautiful turnout. When they're standing in first position, you're turning the knees and toes out, even though the legs are squeezing together. Give me 2 more times here. If you'd like more challenge with this exercise, you can shoot the legs at a lower trajectory. And on the contrary, higher trajectory is going to make that a little bit easier. Let's hug those knees into the chest. Give that low back a little bit of rocking. We're going to combine a little bit of lower and upper obliques. We'll start with the basic, and then we'll add on from there. So left foot goes down, right leg stays up and comes into tabletop. We'll take both hands behind the head. Bring those elbows up slightly. Bring the shoulders and shoulder blades down away from the ears. Now first, we're just going to do the leg movement. So flexing the ankle. Inhale, extend the leg out. And exhale and scoop in, trying to feel that oblique, pulling the knee in. Inhale and exhale. Pull it in. So you can do this movement without really getting much muscle engagement. And that's fine, but why do you come then? So when we're doing this with the upper body portion, really trying to exhale, link your breath to that lower oblique, pulling as the knee comes in, okay? And pull. Now let's pause here. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift and rotate towards that knee. Inhale, stretching the knee out. Let's try to feel that pulling from the oblique. And lifting through that upper body a little bit more, really connecting. And then we're going to untwist the upper body, but keep it lifted. Extend that leg out. And then pull through that oblique. Twist through the upper body. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Now, if you want more challenge, bring that second leg up. Extending both legs out. Drawing both knees in as you twist. That's totally optional. That's going to be your advanced version. We're going for 3 more here. Deepening through those lower right obliques as we twist. Inhale, stretch, and 2. And last one here. Now we're going to inhale, center. Put that right foot down. Exhale, twisting left. Inhale here. Extending that left leg out. Exhale, scooping through those obliques to pull that leg in. Inhale, stretching the leg. Let's untwist that upper body now. Exhale, pulling the knee in as we twist. Inhale, stretch. Untwist the upper body. Exhale, scooping through those left obliques. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lift and twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lift and twist. Again, adding that second leg if you'd like. We go for 4. And 3. 2 more. And 1 more time. Inhale, center. And then hug those knees into the chest. Rest the head. We'll pop those feet down and out. Full body stretch. And we'll come over onto our side for our obliques. And we'll come into some upper back work to finish off. So we're going to rest our head all the way down. We're going to keep our legs all the way stretched out, stacked one on the other. And then both legs are going to scoot just a tiny bit forwards. The top arm can either reach down the side or plop down right on the mat, right in front of your belly, just for some support there. Now both legs squeezing, both legs lengthening and lifting off the mat. Take a deep breath in. Drop that top shoulder down away from your ear. Exhale, lifting that leg a little higher. Inhale, lowering halfway. Exhale to lift. Inhale halfway and exhale to lift. We have 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. We're going to add on to this one, or you can continue just lifting and lowering. If you want to add on, we're going to open and close the legs. The bottom and the top leg are moving away from each other and squeeze, away and squeeze, and 5 and 4. Top shoulder still rolling back and down your side. Last 2 and 1. And we lower both legs down. Gorgeous. Now come over onto your belly with arms down by your sides. You're gazing straight down at your mat. The legs are rested and relaxed, however they like to be. From here, we're going to inhale and lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, and float those arms off the floor. And just try to squeeze your shoulders and shoulder blades back across your back. And then exhale and lower down. Pull your belly up away from the mat. Tuck your tail under. Try not to squeeze your glutes. Let those stay relaxed. Inhale, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, and reach those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lowering down. 4 more times here. Keep the gaze down at the mat. Rolling the shoulders back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Reach the shoulders down away from the ears as you roll them open. Exhale to lower. Last 2. Exhaling to lower. And 1 more time. And lowering down. Come on back for a cat stretch or a child's pose. We'll just release that spine real quick. And we're going to go down for one more little sequence there on our belly. So now our arms are going to be in a Y shape with palms facing down on the floor. Again, the legs are going to stay relaxed. We'll start by scooping the belly up from the floor, tilting the pelvis so the pubic bone presses down into the mat and the hip bones are lifted up. So we're nice and elongated through the low back. We'll start by inhaling and lifting the chest up, and then we're just going to come for alternating lat pulls. So pulling against imaginary resistance really slowly, elbow coming down into your side. Feel that lat tighten up. And then reaching back out to the Y. Don't let the shoulder go up towards your ear. And then your left side, pulling that elbow down towards your side, nice and tight. And then reaching back up. And then alternating here. Slowly pulling that elbow down, the shoulder dropping away from the ear. And then reaching outward, reaching upward. And alternate. And reach. Scoop that belly. Let's go 2 more each side. And reach. And 2. 1 more each. Keep your gaze right down at your mat. Keep your chest lifted. And then we're lowering everything down. And then one more time, pressing back. Child's pose or cat stretch. Couple deep breaths here. And then we'll come to our other side to finish off our other oblique. Almost done. Lying down on all the way onto your bottom arm with both legs straight out, reaching forwards on your mat. Top arm can be down by your side or planted onto the mat. Both legs are squeezing, both legs reaching long, lifting up, lifting a little higher. Top shoulders always reaching down. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. We have 3. And 4. And 5. 3 more. And 2. Lift and hold. Or you can continue just lifting. And then we're going to take our open and close if you want to add on. For 7. Top shoulder still reaching down. 6. Belly pulling towards the spine. 5. And 4. 3. And 2. And one more time. Both legs squeezing together. And both legs lowering down. Beautiful work. Come over onto your back. We're going to hug both knees into the chest. Take both knees nice and wide. Maybe coming into happy baby, grabbing the outside edges of the feet or hooking the fingers across the big toe. Pulling those knees down to the outsides of the ribs and just rocking side to side. If you can't grab your feet, that's okay. You can grab your thighs, like the back of your thighs, or the knees and pull them just to get an adductor stretch those inner thighs to release any tension in the low back and the hips. And then we'll bring those knees together, lift the head and chest, rocking back and forth along the spine, or just pushing yourself up to a sitting position. And we're going to finish the same way we started, just finding yourself a nice comfy place to sit, where you can sit nice and upright. You could sit on the feet, you could sit on a little bolster, some way that you can be really stacked, shoulders over hips, and you don't feel like you're rolling back into your seat. We're going to finish with our twist, our thoracic rotation. So we're going to take arms straight out to the sides, palms facing forwards, shoulders pressing down. Now feel your seat anchoring down, feel your crown lengthening up, Feel your rib cage nice and tight, kind of pulling in like a corset. Take a deep breath in. We're going to rotate the ribs to one side. Go a little deeper. And then inhale, center, getting taller. Then we'll go to the other side. Rotate and a little deeper. And then inhale, center. So your arms are not going to initiate the movement. It's the rib cage. The arms, you should not really be able to see them. They should always stay in your peripheral vision. Exhale to twist and twist a little deeper still. Inhale, getting tall, center. Let's drop those shoulders down a little bit. Tuck the rib cage in a little bit more. Exhale to twist and twist. Inhale, growing tall, center, shoulders down. Exhale, twist and twist. Inhale, center. We're going to go 2 more times each way. Spread those fingers. Get that nice stretch across the arms and the chest. Drop those shoulders down one more time. Lengthen the spine, belly in. One more rotation in each direction. Exhale, twist and twist. Inhale, center. And then letting those arms relax down. And then we'll put fingertips onto the floor. Tilting head over towards that right shoulder. And with your left hand, we're going to sink that left hand deeper into the floor, just developing a little extra stretch in that neck again. We'll take a deep breath in. And then exhale, tucking chin to chest and rolling that head around to the left shoulder or just to the other shoulder. And then with that opposite hand, sinking that hand deeper into the mat to get a little more stretch through that neck and shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. And then just lifting the gaze straight forwards. Rolling those shoulders back. Coming up onto your knees. Rotating so the palms face forwards. And from here, we're going to reach those fingertips down towards the floor. We're pulling those abs in so that we're not overcompensating by flaring the ribs out. We want nice and tight through those ribs, like we're cinching that corset really tight around that midsection. And then rolling the shoulders back and down again. Back and down. And back and down. And then just gently press the back of the hands back behind you a little bit more. Reach those arms and shoulders down a little bit more. Feeling a lot of stretch sensation in those arms, in the chest. Deep breath in, reaching overhead. Exhale, floating those arms down. Deep breath, reaching overhead. Exhale, floating the arms down. And one more time. Inhale, reaching. Bringing those palms together overhead. Bringing those palms down to heart center. Giving yourself a bow of thanks. Giving yourself high fives. I'll give you virtual fives. Awesome work.